Alright, Lanta, so today jumping into this month's Limit Breaker quest. Or technically it's Limit Breaker quest for June, but did release on the last day of May. For today's video, we are going to be using this team right here since I didn't pull Toshiro. I assume most people are going to be in that case too. And with that in mind, I'd like to say this is going to be one of the more easier Limit Breaker quests, given the fact that technically 2 of the 3 characters that we are using here are free to play in some way. I mean, it really depends if you were logging in at the time and you did pick them. Grammy is a character you could have gotten from the 100 million download summon ticket that you could have gotten if you logged in over the last month or 2. And if you did log in 8 days throughout the month of February, you were able to pick up Shinji. Again, you could have picked other characters, but those 2 were the big picks that everyone should have been picking, assuming you were missing them. I mean, the characters aren't considered free to play, but there are a lot of people out there that should have gotten those characters for free. And for our 3rd character, we are using Driscoll, who recently just returned, but there is a pretty good alternative in the form of Quincy Ichigo with his remake. And again, I'm pretty sure you can also pick him for free through the Brave Battle ticket that you can pick up for 9,000. So in a way, you can build a team of 3 units that you literally can just pick up from summon tickets. Either way though, for slot number 1, we want to bring a range speed holo killer. That of course is designed for the new Toshiro. Other than that though, there's no real good unit that's recent that fits all 3 requirements. So with that in mind, I'm just going to bring my best holo killer that's ranged, and that of course is Grammy. It sucks that we do have attribute disadvantage, but given that I have Grammy max transcended, it shouldn't be too bad. And even if your Grammy is special level 1, special level 2, he probably is going to be your next best character other than Toshiro. And that's probably why Toshiro is a speed character, because Caleb, no, everyone's just going to use Grammy. And the only way to make Grammy not so good is when you are up against power enemies, and the more dupes you have into the character, the better. As always though, when it comes to the build, you want to use these 3 particular accessories. Make sure your Quincy Cross is at 5-star plus to get the additional strong attack damage. For links, give them as much recharge and full stamina as possible. If you are using Driscoll in the same team, I would recommend giving this character the better links, given that he is going to have the tougher challenge of going against power characters. For bonus abilities though, go with full stamina damage and also long stride. In general, anytime you are playing Limit Breaker, it's always full stam and long stride if the character does not have long stride built into their kit, which lately more often than not is the case. So most of my characters here are pretty much going with full stam and long stride. I'm pretty sure all 3 of them are. For Shinji, we want to bring a power melee no affiliation killer. In some cases, similar to Grammy, you might be able to use, and we'll probably do it in a separate video, where you can bring Oetsu. Again, he is going to have attribute disadvantage, but his damage output's good as is. Maybe he will be fine. But again, I'm using Shinji. Build is the exact same in terms of accessories, and links are essentially the exact same too. Just give him as much full stamina and also recharge as possible. My Shinji is 2-5, so level 10 SP and also level 10 focus. And then our last slot, like I said, is replaceable with Quincy Ichigo if you do have him. We're using Driscoll. It's one of the few places Driscoll gets to be really good in, at least I hope so. But we're using the exact same build here. Fortunately for me, I do have access to 2 5-star plus accessories in the Quincy Crosses. You don't need to do it if you haven't already done so. A 5-star one is probably fine as is. And then I'm going with these 3 soul trades. And with 2 technique characters in your team, your links might be spread thin. And that's why I recommend giving Grammy the better accessories and also links, because Driscoll should have an easier time. My Driscoll's only SP level 10, with once more full stamina and also long stride as bonus abilities. Alright then, so jumping into it, let's see how this does go. So first up with Grammy. Not the best stage 1. I probably actually can clear that using 1 strong attack. Shinji should be relatively fine. And keep in mind, by the way, if you are using the Quincy Ichigo, who we might actually use later in the video, to be fair, see what score we can get with those characters instead of Driscoll, is that Grammy does get recharge in between stages with Ichigo on the team. So Grammy technically gets faster when you are using Ichigo. So honestly, if you don't have Driscoll, you should be fine, especially if you have Quincy Ichigo duped down. Now for these characters, we have to be a tad bit careful here. Let me charge up the SA3. We just want to make sure we don't take any damage whatsoever. Can we use the SA2 in time? Yes, we can. So this is the first poised enemy stage. Perfect for us, though, that we have an increased Talisman chance against any hollow enemy. Just keep them all paralyzed, all drained. And you know, we're doing some decent damage, considering that we do have attribute disadvantage. For Shinji, I will be honest, it's a bit awkward here, because what you're going to see now is that we have Poise Break and also Dominate. So we kind of have to not attack for them to deal damage to each other, which probably isn't what you want to do. Normally with a character like Giselle, the other 2 Poise enemies, or voice characters in the game is that you can just attack them and they're dealing damage to each other, you know? Okay, I'm trying to play it super safe here. Damn, this is not the best. Let's lay it off. SA1 into the 2. Probably could have cleared that faster, but it's my first time trying it, so I want to make sure I'm playing it safe. Because any damage I take, the run's kind of over, unless we are using Grammy. Grammy can heal himself back up to full stamina. Shinji and also Driscoll can. So we want to make sure they aren't taking any damage. Right, SA1, we're going to play it safe here. We have to just wait a couple seconds. Flash step up, SA1. These enemies are fine. It's just those top hat enemies that have ridiculously fast activation times more so. Right, so that was a mistake. I should use SA1 into the SA2, not the other way around. These stages seem simple enough. Luckily dodged that. SA1. Shinji's got a pretty good kit. We also have an EX attack coming up for him to use. Yeah, let's make sure we take that enemy out there. That's the only time those top hat humans come close to us, right? Right, so this is our next poison enemy stage. It's a bit awkward. Let me use the EX now. Maybe we'll have time. This will let us clear our next 2 stages faster. Because right now, for us to get to stage 25, that's the goal. We only have to clear 1 more stage with Grammy. So we're going to save the sub bomb too. We should be fine. Let me just use the 3. Why not? It don't matter what's wrong. Oh no, I double flash stepped. Ain't no way. I didn't mean to do that. Let me just use the EX. Let's just see how far we can go anyway, right? We're already this deep into the run. I mean, to be fair, we can just let them deal damage to each other. So now okay, hold on. Now the dominate wore off. Now they're all inflicted. They can just deal damage to each other. So it's a bit weird with Shinji, because, like, do I wait? Do I attack? What's better, you know? And I think right now, with us not at full stamina, it would be better if we actually don't attack. So Driscoll should be good here. Gotta make sure we are... Let's just go ahead and charge our strong attack free. That might be the better thing to do. Like that, for example. Yeah, I did a lot of damage there. Where Driscoll does have... Look at that. Driscoll is insane. Driscoll has buffs, right? The more kills he gets. Through the Rampage skill. And also that damage bonus that he gets from enemies defeated. So it's just Shinji right now that's the slow one. But then again, we only have to get to stage 25. Shinji right now shouldn't be much of an issue. Same with Driscoll, to be fair. We've already been our hard stages with these characters, you know? Okay, this is where it gets a tad bit slow. It's such a wide room. It would be fine if we were able to attack all of them at the same time. Damn. Okay, we'll keep it going. I'd say at 1-5, Grammy should be fine, though, just to get to at least stage 20 plus. Some of your other characters that are also good. See, we should be able to one-shot here. I say 1. Let's just 3 there. Then 1 again. Okay. So we did get into 25. Which is good. That's what we kind of wanted. But right now, we can't need to save the sub bomb when the next enemy spawn in. Like now, for example. And maybe if we had more time and we spent less time on Shinji, we would maybe be able to use the EX attack once more. So, I mean, it was a decent attempt despite us taking damage. And to be fair, even with that, we almost killed. So again, if we spent like 20 less seconds on Shinji's stage, that would have given us enough time to use Grammy's EX attack, and that would have likely allowed us to clear it. I mean, this team could potentially even get into 25 plus. Really depends, but I'm perfectly fine with just going for 25. Personally, that's my goal. Even when I don't summon for the new characters, I like to go for stage 25. So in this case, 24. Again, the big thing here was stage 17, 35 seconds. No reason for it taking that long. Should be at least 20 max. So let's try that again. Let's try that again. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this video, but the the timer for this Limit Breaker quest is very short. Like, it leaves on the 11th, so I'm kind of hoping we get a second Limit Breaker quest this month. I have no reason to believe that. That's not been the pattern. We only get 2 a month during special occasions, like April, end of year in July, for example, right? Maybe September as well. Like 4 times a year, we get the beginner's Limit Breaker quest, and then we get the, difficult Limit Breaker quest. But this one ends super early. A lot of things, to be fair, this month are ending super early, because we do have that big mid-month banner coming out. Potentially in, like, what, June 15th, right? Seems to be the date. Oh, damn. Okay, hold on. I had, like, no strong attack ready. That was terrible. We just wasted so much time here. It's fine. We can make up for it. That was absolutely terrible. I thought I had a strong attack ready, and I just didn't. And then we also wasted the box too that gives us the recharge, which I kind of wish would be here for every poison enemy stage. I feel like that wouldn't be too bad. I feel like the placement for that box that gives you recharge, this box right here that we grabbed, it's kind of horribly placed. I would much prefer if it was on a later stage. But then again, maybe it is there for beginner players or those that don't have the best team to, you know, at least tackle it. Get as far as they can. But I wouldn't mind if it was there for like every poison enemy stage, you know. Let's just charge it up. Let it go. Did we let it go fully? Oh no, but you can see that we basically free shot. Alright. Let's SA1. Got to use 2 strong attacks here. My flash steps right now are kind of bad. My controller's always been like wonky when it comes to LB, RB, which I use the flash step. Like, look at that. I did not want to flash step again there. Sometimes it does cost me the runs when it comes to limit breaker, but right now it's not too bad. Fortunately, strong attack usage is kind of bad right now. We have to do a lot of waiting around with this team for some reason. At least this particular run. Last run was a lot better. Okay, SA1. Can we kill with a 3? Yes, we can. Lovely. Gummy is still that guy, man. Honestly, I know he was a controversial anniversary character, but I don't mind it. I mean, compared to, like, new or, like, past anniversary characters, he doesn't stand out as much, just given the character right. It's Grammy. But, man, this character's just been super fun to play with. Used him a lot. Probably one of my most used characters over the last year or two, you know? No, sorry. Last year since he's released. Which is what you expect from a character like him. But I choose the EX now. Use the SA2 into the 1. Okay. A few more attacks. We're going to let the SA1 get that enemy. And can you imagine how OP, by the way, the 10 for any character is going to be? Oh, damn. Allow it. We just took damage again. No. Right. We're going to have to come back to stage 17. All right, then. So going back into stage 17. I don't know why this is the stage that I keep messing up on. But here we go. This should be fine, right? So let's just use our EX attack. They've all been inflicted by Dominate. Let's just let them do damage to each other. Then we'll group them all in. Use that SA2. Might as well use the 3. And then finish up with the 1 once they do damage to each other. There we go. Nice and easy. So as I was saying, right? 10 Fanny. You know what's going to be crazy? Especially with all this new stuff that we have right now with, like, Starsman Plus, Killer Plus. It's going to be mad. It's going to be mad when they do that with, like, Frenzy Free plus, you know, what Grammy and Kenpachi had. And maybe even some new mechanics. More often than not, we do get new mechanics during Anniversary. Anniversary end of year. So I'm very excited to see what the 10th Annie is going to bring for us. So all we got to do now is just not take any damage. And hopefully clear as fast as we can. Even if we do take damage, it should be fine. I mean, we only need Grammy to be at full stamina for the next stage, you know? Let's SA1 there. Push back up, and then we can SA3. That one too bad. Oh, that's not too good. Okay, a bit slow on that side, but we should be fine. We only need a small amount of time on Grammy stage, which is the next one. So with Driscoll, we can just spam all our strong attacks. There we go. We have a minute. We have a minute. We should be fine here. We also get, yeah, we're chilling. We might even beat Shinji stage. When do we get the SP boost? Okay, we have to kind of wait here. So we're just going to do no damage. There's no point. Sob him now. Then get all our damage off. Do that. Use our EX because it's available. That will buff Shinji. Can Shinji kill in 20 seconds? There's no way, right? We have no strong attacks ready. Hold on. I'm going to wait. Not the best. Unless they can kill each other quick. Not the greatest. They're all kind of like spread apart. I mean, there's potential though. I can probably like try this again. And just save like, you know, 10 plus seconds. Had we had 10 extra seconds there, we actually would have been able to beat it, get into 26. But I kind of like having 25 as a number. It just looks cooler. I'm perfectly fine with that, though. And let's actually look at the scores. So, stage 7 with me. Obviously, we skipped through that. But Grammy was super slow there. I don't know what happened, what I did wrong. Maybe my strong attack placement wasn't the greatest when it came to Grammy's run. But 23 seconds on stage 7 is kind of bad. Especially because stage 16, Or is it 19? But yeah, it's 16. We cleared faster on stage 16. Granted, to be fair, we use our EX then. But definitely when it comes to Grammy, use your EX on stage 16 and also 25, because then you get to use it twice. The good part, whenever you can use Grammy in slot 1, and technically also Senjumaru, but to a lesser extent because she's not nearly as good as Grammy, is that when you do use that, you know, debuff and buff, it does boost Shinji's and then also Driscoll's stats when they're going into their big stage, 17, 18, 23, 24, for example. So honestly, pretty happy with that. Now let's see how far we can go if we actually take off Driscoll and instead use Quincy Ichigo, because that's something you also can do in a way. You can look at this team as a budget team because all characters were available for free through summon tickets, where you actually get to pick the characters too. So when it comes to how to build Ichigo, it's basically the exact same thing. Nothing's changed here. Again, my Ichigo's max transcended. If you use him at a less transcendence, he's going to be still good, but just to a lesser degree. And again, if you don't have Driscoll, Quincy Ichigo is probably the next best character you can use. You can probably get away using another human killer. Byakuya, I think, is another example. The recent Shinji Blood War one, right? But yeah, we're just going to stick to using Quincy Ichigo because I actually like the character too. Now, it would be better if you had the Katakuri Alpha at 5-star plus for the extra 15% strong attack damage. I just don't use Technique no affiliation characters that much to warrant right now spending 10 golden hammers. In the future, I will if we ever get a new Technique no affiliation character, but right now, not so much. So again, like I said, the benefit here is that we just get to spam all our attacks with Grammy. So Grammy is going to clear a tad bit faster. I mean, not that much faster to be fair, because he already clears fast enough, but he just has the benefit of the doubt of being able to like waste strong attacks, you know? He's still going to just clear the same as he can in the points enemy stage. But like right now, for example, all our attacks are ready. I don't really have to care or worry about the placement. I can just go in and use any attack that I want to. And we already took damage. Does Quincy Ichigo heal us? Is the run already over? Don't say it. I think it is. I'm seeing a lot of pop-ups, not a lot of healing. Alright, we gotta restart. Alright, attempt number 2. Let's go. Let's just use the SA3. Why not? Okay, 6 seconds, not too bad. Again, with Shinji, it's like, I mean, his damage does matter, but we can also just cheese with the dominate damage, you know? In this case, I could probably just go in SA3. That's something Driscoll I don't think can do, because he has a charged strong attack. That doesn't have the best range when it's not fully charged up. But as long as we don't take damage with Shinji, we should be fine. There we go. So I would assume this team can probably get into like 20 plus. Definitely with a max transcendent Ichigo, you know. Like SA3 there. Same strat though. We're going to save the EX attack for our next stage. With Grummy. SP boost is back up. And then SA2. Okay, pretty good thus far. Box comes in just in time for the recharge. Then we'll just let all the enemies attack each other at least once. Probably the best thing to do. Let them all come close to us, drag them in. Very fortunate that Shinji has that strong attack 1. So we took damage, but it's fine. We get back up to full stamina. So to be fair, it's a bit awkward here because all the enemies get sent about. When it comes to using this character here, try not to get too close to them. And if they do attack you, like, make sure so they lunge into the corner. That way you can kind of attack all of them at the same time. So yeah, definitely play about in this corner here. And there we go. It was decent speed, but again, mine's max transcended, so I'm not going to be as fast at 1 out of 5. But again, probably your next best character besides Byakuya, if you do not have Driscoll. Right, SA2. Can we kill with the 1? No, we can't. Enemy lunge past us, but it's fine. We can spam our attacks. So it is nice here, to be fair. Being able to, like, mess up and whiff strong attacks and still just be good to go. Something we couldn't do in our last stage. Or last run. Let's just wait because I know there's an extra wave. Played it a tad bit too close. I think I went way too early than I needed to be fair. Damn it. SA2 was able to one-shot. Love to see it. Let's do SA2. SP boost just comes back in time, I believe. Let's use the EX. Maybe I should have used that first before the SA3, but it's fine. The SP boost should wear off right when the enemies come back. I don't know when we got the SP boost, but okay, just we're off now. And it's back up already. We actually played pretty fast there. SA3. Grip them all together and then let them attack each other at least once. There we go, SA2. Into the 1. And then let him just kill himself. Okay, hold on. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, very fortunate this character has Drain, you know. This would have been absolutely terrible without... Ooh. Okay, just let him be in the corner. Not too good there. This is probably where it slows down. And honestly, you might want to use your summon in this character stage. Maybe not. We don't have weakened defense. It don't matter. Okay, just keep your distance and play in the corner. It's not going too bad. I'll say 1, 2. Just make sure you're attacking all 3 of them. It was decent. It was decent. We have 1 minute. It's definitely slower, of course, compared to Driscoll, because Driscoll has like really good damage output. But it's decent. And we still have Shinji's EX. I probably should have used that. Lovely. SA2. Get close, SA3. Then a 1 that way. Surprisingly, still didn't kill that, but luckily our Natchering actually inflicted a stars and we'll take it. Okay, SA1 here. Ichigo should be able to clear stage fast. Not the fastest, should be fair because we took damage, but it's fine, we're back up to full stamina. Not quite. 27 seconds. Not quite for our EX attack to come back, so the faster you can clear, the better, I guess. But it'll be close. The SPB should wear off now and cut instantly back like that. Can we still do it? Oh, might. We actually might. I say 1, 2. Wait, did it count? I mean, technically that's 26, so unironically, a max transcended Ichigo or a 1-5 Driscoll, you choose. We actually can still get stage 25 regardless of the third character we do use. But keep in mind, if you are using Ichigo in slot 3, you know, more transcendence the better. Driscoll is much better, obviously. He doesn't need dupes. And, you know, you'll see here that we actually do clear faster on most of the stages using Ichigo as a team, but Ichigo's a lot slower, right? So if you are using Ichigo as opposed to Driscoll, you need more so a better Gremmy to make up for that lost time that you're spending on this character stage, you know? Well, anyway, at least it was kind of cool that we were able to get to stage 25 with 2 teams. Now, with that said, the best thing of every month of Limit Breaker is that we get to claim all the rewards, 50 Spirit Orbs, and also around 600,000 Transcendence Points. And again, if you only care about the Orbs, all you gotta do is get to stage 7. It's actually around 500,000 Transcendence Points, and unfortunately, that's all I got right now. I'm pretty sure, like, 2 weeks ago when we did our last Limit Breaker video, I said I'm chilling on, like, 1.7 million, but I used a lot over the last week just trying to work on some other characters, links, for example. So I am getting really low, but remember, I do have thousands of summon tickets ready for the 10th anniversary, which is probably the next time I do decide to even max transcend any character. But one character we did max transcend recently, technically, is all the Senkamon Chad. So my technique is fully done. The only slots that matter are the attack, SP, and the 6th slot. My heart one is also done, so that's actually pretty good. Power, I need to work on, so we might have to do that now. Speed is done, and then also mind is done. So hopefully in these 500,000 Transcendence Points, we can get level 3 SP, 500 additional SP, and all my Chads are basically done. All I have to do at that point is level up their Transcendence slots to level 11, 12, 13, etc. when the time does come. Right now, I just want to be, I'm being super picky with my Essence Scrolls, as I should. They are kind of rare with the amount that we do need, to be fair. So we are going to, not really work on the links just yet. Doesn't make that much of a difference, but level 10 is good enough. But I guess I don't need to use too many Transcendence Points because we did just get the 500 SP, and it only took like 200,000 points. Less than 200,000. So pretty cool stuff. Happy to finally have all Chads, especially level 5, and at this point, all basically fully done. All of them right now have level 10 attack, level 10 SP, and also the additional 500 SP, which is really cool because he's such a powerful, great free-to-play link that everyone can get now super easy through the Senkamon exchange. But either way, that was the video for today. Hope you did enjoy it. Let me know what team you like to choose in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.